The lack of integrated governance and effective governance at European level. We needed 30 summits at European level in the last 5 years before allowing Mario Draghi, the president of the ECB, to say whatever it takes and to save the euro and to reduce the spreads between the interest rates and so on. 30 summits, it's too much. We need to have at European level a more effective governance, easier, with the possibility to decide and the possibility to be accountable as politicians, as European leaders towards the voters, the people.
How do you maintain the cohesiveness of Europe in the years ahead, though, when one of its most important members, the British, are threatening to pull out?
I think you raised the point. It's one of the big threats for Europe. Personally, I think that we are all under-evaluating at the European level the risk to have the UK out of Europe.
Under-evaluating?
Under-evaluating this risk. Because I know that in the UK there is, the discussion is a very tough discussion. I know the party anti-Europe, Mr. Farage's party, is raising. We will all see at the figures in the next European elections in the UK on the party of Mr. Farage. Of course, we need to have with the UK a good deal to convince the British to remain on board. But for me it's decisive, because a European Union in the future without the UK will be an European Union without something of very, very important.
So what kind of a deal can you offer the British?
We have to discuss with them, but I think it's their own interest too.
And when you say under-evaluating, is that to say that politicians are under-evaluating, Europeans as a group are under-evaluating, or investors are under-evaluating?
All these three categories you mentioned, because I know that the feeling of the public opinion in the UK is not a positive one towards Europe. And we have to explain that with a new narrative, that Europe is a success story. You know, in this year, 2013, Croatia joined the European Union, the 28th country. Next year, Latvia will be the 18th country joining the euro. We started the negotiations with Serbia. Serbia could be the 29th European country in some years. So it's a success story, attractive Europe. Why don't we understand that some reforms will be important to be more effective?
You are the Prime Minister, Mr. Prime Minister, that much is obvious. But from a distance, from where we sit here, it seems like Mr. Berlusconi remains the most powerful man in Italian politics. Is there anything you can do to weaken his grip?
Well, it's not my mission. My mission is to govern. My mission is to convince the Italians, and not one Italian, but the Italians, that we are doing what is necessary to change the country. And not only to change the country, but to start to enter in a new era. When I started to form the government, when the President of the Republic gave me the mandate to form the government, I decided to have three missions. And my team of ministers, first one, a young cabinet, generational change. Italy needs this generational change. Second, women. We have the highest level of women, number of women in Italian government ever. Third, a black minister. I know that for many countries something of absolutely normal. For Italy it was completely a revolutionary change, because on integration is not a subject with which the Italians discussed and with a normal deal. So it was a very important change, three big changes, and I will continue to change.